I am going to give you all a rundown on who BX on X is and why everyone has drama with this person. So for those of you who don't know, and by the way, I am like dying of period pains right now, so this might be a bit of like a shambles of like a voice recording, but BX on X is a I don't even know how to describe this person. I guess she would describe herself as like an influencer, an online investigator into child abuse groups, and satanic groups. But the reality of what she is a former OnlyFans star who dated a pedophile called Zerka, who she let into her home with her toddler, by the way. And this man, the reason why he's a pedophile is he used to go onto Omegle, whatever the fuck that app is, and he used to text, or like communicate with minors, like 13, 14, and these were not children that were like, oh, it's debatable that they could look older than they are. No, these were very, like, it's not like he could use the excuse of, oh, I didn't know that they were like kids. They looked like kids. Like, these were very obviously children, okay? In case anyone tries to pull that, oh, but he didn't know they were underage. No, they were very obviously underage, okay? And she invited that man into her house and gave him a place to stay. And this is like the well-known Zerka, by the way. Like, as in Destiny and Zerka. If you don't know who Destiny is, that's another streamer. And she had an OnlyFans career. And this OnlyFans career was very weird because in some of her photos, her child was visible. There is one photo of her that she took for her OnlyFans. And I'm not saying this is a sexual photo. And BX, since I've commented on this, has gone around saying, oh, Trollcow is so dumb. She thinks this is a lewd photo. No, it's the point that she posted it on her OnlyFans. That's what sexualized that image. It's not what she was wearing. It's the fact that her child was in the bottom left-hand corner of that photo, and she was wearing like a crop top and holding a gun, and she posted that photo to her OnlyFans anyway. That's the problem with this, okay? It's not the fact that she was, like, wearing a crop top. I'm not saying that photo is lewd. What makes it sexual is the fact that she put it on OnlyFans when there was a child in the background. She then gave up OnlyFans, and that's part of the reason why I haven't shared all of the, like, photos of her on OnlyFans, because, like, personally, I wouldn't classify it as revenge porn, because she literally put it out to the world herself. Like, she monetized this porn of her. But at the same time, as someone who's had experience with revenge pornography and also been the victim of child pornography, I'm very, very, like, I hold myself to a very high standard when it comes to to the lines that I draw for, like, you know, uploading revenge porn and stuff like that, or lewds or whatever of adults. Obviously, if it's a child, never fucking do that. But when it comes to adults, I'm kind of like iffy on this. For example, if someone has uploaded revenge pornography of others, I don't think that they should be exempt from not having revenge porn uploaded of themselves, in a similar, like, you know, rapists get raped in prison sort of ideology, I guess. But with BX, I don't know if she has uploaded revenge porn of other adults, so I don't know if I'd feel comfortable uploading that stuff. But whatever. Anyway, there's enough lewds of her, and nudes everywhere. And she then gave up OnlyFans and these very weird escapades and decided to start trying to make a career out of investigating, and I say investigating in quotation marks, really niche internet groups, okay? One of the most well-known ones that she investigates is called 764. Now, for those of you who are part of the commentary YouTube community, and you know how, you know, people on Twitter are part of the commentary community, and with the sector, people on Kiwi Farms or lolcow.farm are part of the greater sector. So 764 is part of a greater community called Com. And the reason it's called Com is because all of these people came from Docspin, and the URL extension was .com, docspin.com. So they called themselves Com, okay? And 764 is one of a few groups in Com. Now, the thing with 764 is it's a very mixed bag. You get some really fucked up, disgusting people, and then you get some people that are completely anti all of that stuff. Now, for me and the people that I know, we have always been like the most anti-pedophile people in any of these circles. We've always been the ones that are like looking to snake these people out and to clear them out of the group. We don't allow NSFW in most of the chats. Sometimes people are allowed to upload like lewds, I guess, of adults. We're not allowed to dox people in the chats, which is a rule I personally don't agree with, because I think dox is, the white pages are public, so I don't really see a problem with doxing, but whatever. And the other rule is 18 only, like 18 plus only, which like obviously has to be a rule. So that has never, like, pedophilia, child abuse, none of that shit happens in anywhere me or my friends inhabit, just to make that completely clear. The problem is there is like zero way of us being able to know who in the rest of the group chats that we are not in is doing fucked up shit. So the problem is you get some splinter groups, and I'm trying to think of, like, you get 09A, 6886 or whatever, and people in there, mainly the ones that are like 646, I don't know, there are so many different numbers, who do fucked up stuff. Like, they go after children, they sexually harass children, they do disgusting things, and I'm not denying that, and they should definitely rot in prison. Ideally, not even take up any space, and should just be, instantly taken to the grave, but whatever. And those people end up getting arrested. And when they get arrested, they're asked, what were you part of? And these people are like, oh, I was in 764, I was in 6886 or whatever, I was in COM. And then everyone else in 764 who has never hurt a child gets fucking tarnished because of, like, that one pedophile or whatever. And this has happened a few times. And BX's argument now is that the whole of 764 and COM are satanic pedophiles because there have been, like, 6 of them who have been arrested. Bear in mind, COM has about 30,000 people in it. So, like, I'd say that's pretty good going compared to, like, a lot of other communities. I don't think there should be pedophiles anywhere on the planet, but, like, at the same time, what are we supposed to do? Like, if we don't know where they are and we don't join groups with pedos in them, how are we supposed to know they're there? Now, BX found this announcement from the FBI warning people about some of the activities in 764. Again, to make it clear, not groups that me or my friends in 764 have ever fucking been in. Like, never people that we actually have known, right? So BX has then taken these articles about various pedophiles in these communities and blamed everything on me and my friends. Like, everything. Like, there was a guy called Kyle Spitz, who I literally have never seen in my life in any of these fucking servers. He gets arrested for, like, child exploitation and for, like, shooting his mum or whatever. And BX and her little tag-along, Sprite Header and Hat Squid, are like, they're like, oh, is this another one of Trollcow's buddies? And it's like, bro, I've never fucking seen him before. Now, BX, bear in mind everything I just told you, she does this with everyone fucking else. Like, one person in a community of, like, thousands of people will do something wrong and she will blame it on every single person in that group. Now, I am not saying 764 is a particularly nice group. Even, the bits that aren't allowing NSFW or doxing, for example, I'm not going to say people in my group are particularly nice, right? I'm not saying that people don't say and do mean stuff. I'm just saying we don't target children. Like, that's it. Like, I'm not saying people still don't do fucked up stuff. I'm sure there's stuff that's ethically disagreeable with that we say and do. But I'm just saying kids being harmed doesn't really come into the question at all. And I have ADHD, so if this is, like, really scattered, I'm sorry, but, like, I'm, like, fucking terrible at organizing my speech. But anyway, BX has now gone around making it her mission to attack everyone ever who has set foot in 764 or these COM groups. Now, the problem is, most people in COM and 764 don't agree with hurting minors or targeting people, like, in a sexual way. So when she goes and attacks these people, everyone else is sort of like, but I've never done anything. Like, I've never done any of that. So why are you coming after me? So now she's managed to piss off an entire group of people, basically everyone in COM, because she's basically doing this guilty by association. Oh, so you've both been in this group that has 30,000 members. That must mean you agree with everything this other person does. She has accused people that I know of stuff that I know for a fact they haven't done. in fact, she has accused people who have ended up being arrested for other things and had their devices searched and not been found guilty of any sexual exploitation. She has falsely accused them of stuff as well, of like sexual exploitation. Now, this gets worse. She then decides to team up with people from a website called Kiwi Farms, which hosts child exploitation material and revenge porn, to attack 764. She has teamed up with this guy who goes by Sprate H, and she's like, hey, this is like the best idea ever. Like, let's attack 764. And these are people who literally post on a website that has child exploitation material on it. So that's interesting. She also then teamed up with Satanic Front, which is another group of like basically Satanist neo-Nazi pedophiles. So that's great. And these are the people that she's using to target like just people who have been in these groups who haven't done anything wrong anyway. So she has all these screenshots. Again, every time she takes a screenshot and tries to use it as proof against someone, this screenshot literally could be pulled from anywhere. It never has any names in it. It never has any identifying info. At this point, I am pretty sure she is sat there with like a few of her friends making up screenshots in like edXL or like fucking Adobe or wherever the fuck people edit that shit. She has this simp called Hat Squid who's a real fucking freak, who's apparently a sexual deviant of some sort. This guy went on a flagging mission against me until I reported him to the police for false flagging me, and he was told to stop, as was BX. I have had to report this woman to the FBI. And it takes quite a lot to do that. The only reason I actually did that is because she was encouraging me to be flagged so much. It was actually affecting stuff like my email addresses, my bank accounts, my Twitter, because she can't really do anything against me. The only info she has on me is a fail docs posted on Kiwi Farms by people who are like very, very bad at research. So yeah, I also want to point out I did retaliate. We did find out who she is and where she lives, and it is on Doxbin. But I'm just saying, try being falsely accused of pedophilia for months and tell me how you deal with it. Like I said to her so many times, if you really think I'm guilty, like report me to the police. I'll literally give them my devices. But yeah, I don't have anything to hide. The police can check my phone. If they want to check my phone for child exploitation material, they can. They won't find anything. Because again, I would fucking never look at that content. Ew. But, she has now made it her mission to, like, attack me and my group of friends and basically so many other people she doesn't know, because she has basically lumped us in with these pedophiles that most of us have literally never even seen in any chats. Like, every time any of these fucking people get arrested, I always post it to the group chats. I'm like, do any of you know who this is? And they're like, no. And I'm like, okay. And this is the thing. I don't know if at this point it's just like random pedos from Com getting arrested and then staying there from 764 or what the fuck is going on there. But the whole point you need to keep in mind is that none of me or my friends have ever targeted children, and we don't even allow children in the groups. So whatever. It's clearly not anything to do with us. But again, she has gone on this defamation speed run to the point that she's now roped in hundreds of fucking other people. She has literally tried to recruit people to go on personal army, like, to personal army for her, to go and attack people on behalf of her. She has tried this so many times, and at this point, she has now got quite a lot of people calling her out. I also want to bear in mind, whatever she says about me and my friends, none of us have invited a pedophile YouTuber called Zerka, who spoke to and sexualized minors, into our homes with our, whatever, 1-year-old toddler or whatever. And none of us have fucking ever done that. So, like, I'm just fucking saying, maybe, like, the call is coming from inside the house. But anyway, that's a summary on BX. For those of you wondering, there are, like, a lot of people who interact with me that know about BX. I mean, Nomad, who goes by that one fed on Twitter, is one of those people. He has dealt with this woman falsely accusing him of stuff for, like, literally years, despite the fact that he's like very, like, he's literally in quite a high up military job or something, and he has to go through vetting, so like there's no fucking way that he'd be doing any of the things she's accusing him of. Mercury, who's not on Twitter, is another one of these people. Again, Mercury has never targeted children, again has a pretty high up job that would require vetting. There's two people called, I think, Vibe Girl 2024, and her nickname is Harley Quinn, and she was literally just some random person that used to like BX's streams. BX then doxed her for fucking no reason. There's Slug Entertains. I don't really know where it started with him, but he does YouTube videos about her. Even Raphael Mania, he was also calling out BX. There's so many people, and I'm going to tag them all in the comments. If you've been targeted by BX, please don't hold back. I'm sure all of these people want to hear about this person, because this person is like a complete schizophrenic nutcase. And like, I'm sure the original cause was good. Like, yeah, let's get pedophiles. I mean, who the fuck is against that? But it's sort of like spiraled into this schizophrenia where like everyone is now a satanic pedophile in her eyes. And now she's working with like actual pedophiles to try and get the people that aren't even pedophiles. So that's where we're at.